What is up, everybody? Super excited to be down here with Genfinity at Consensus 2023, and equally excited to have Eric Piscini, who recently onboarded into Swirlds Labs as the Chief Revenue Officer. Eric, if you could give us a little bit of a background about yourself, traditional finance, the blockchain space, and what led you into the Hedera ecosystem, and more specifically Swirlds Labs, that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you for having me first. I was in blockchain for 10 years. And so I was at Deloitte for many years. I was running my own startup. I was with IBM for a few years. So I've been on this blockchain journey for a long time. And I decided to join the Hedera ecosystem for three reasons. The first one was the platform, as you guys know really well, is really awesome. It's really unique technology-wise, the transaction per second. But the one thing we don't talk enough about is the fact that the transaction fee is the same regardless of what you do, and it's in dollar. And when you build, well, which is what I did for 10 years, when you build enterprise-grade platforms, knowing this is a game changer, right? So that's one of the big reasons. The second big reason is the governance structure, which is also very unique, as you guys know, with the 28 members, 29 now with Dell. That's a very, very unique way of considering blockchain. And then the third one, and you heard Mance before me or after me, I don't know in which order we're going to be, but that was the reason. The people, Mance, Lehman, and many others on the team are just awesome people to work with.
If you could touch base a little bit, on kind of the fixed costs whenever you're developing on a network like Hedera, and what a unique proposition that does give people that are trying to build in the Web3 blockchain crypto space. From a sustainability standpoint, from a, knowing what's going to be there, knowing how much costs you're incurring are, that would be fantastic as well. I think you briefly mentioned it as point one,
right.
But maybe if you could extrapolate just a bit on that would be great.
Yeah. So when you build a business platform, you need predictability of your business model because you invest for the long run. So you need to know how much it's going to cost you to run the business. Knowing that the cost of the transaction is going to be fixed forever, that's a really comfort zone that you can use to build a platform. If the transaction fee changes with gas fees all the time, you cannot build a sustainable business model because you don't know if tomorrow you're going to pay $15 for a transaction and $2 the next day, and then again 15 the next day. You don't build a business on that. You can't.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two is the fact that the commitment of Hedera and the team is a long-term commitment, which gives the comfort when you're a big organization about building a platform for the long run, right? If you're a bank, if you're a supply chain company, if you're a pharmaceutical company, you're not building for the next 2 years, you're building for the next 20. And you need to know that that team supporting the platform is still going to be here.
Yeah.
And that mindset is very, very important for the enterprise grade. And then the last piece is you want to know that you can trust the people in the organization supporting this, right? So it's not just about the people, and I'm going to come back to the governance model. When you see the 29 organizations and the fact that they are engaging their brands, engaging their reputation into the Hedera ecosystem, it gives you a good sense of confidence that that thing is going to last, right? It's not going to disappear in 2 years or 5 years. It's a long-term play. And for me, that's very important because I want to change the world, right? All of us want to change the world, but I want to change the world for the long term, not for the short term. And that's what you need. You need a platform like Hedera to do that.
So I think we're in an interesting, we have an interesting opportunity right now to interview you. I mean, especially coming on and hearing your ethos about sustainability and longevity. Would love to hear your thoughts around, I'm sure that there's a lot of synergy in that thought process within Hedera or Swirlds Labs. So I guess the question that I have is, we see a lot of boom and bust cycles in crypto, and everything goes up and then everything goes down. Is that a huge issue when you're kind of really trying to build out for the next 30 or 40 or 50 years? So what does that look like? Do the bear and bull markets necessarily matter when you're building out for sustainability? I guess is the question that I'm asking.
Yeah. So it does matter because people read the news, right? So our clients are saying, I'm building a supply chain solution on a blockchain platform, and because it's associated with crypto, when crypto goes down, they have everybody around them saying, are you sure that we are doing the right thing?
Yeah.
So it does matter, right? And this is my second crypto winter. I've been through this. I know it does matter.
Yes.
But that's where I think the value that you bring when you communicate around the Hedera ecosystem, around Swirlds Labs, around the governing council, those values are not disappearing at the next crypto winter. They are still going to be here. And that's, to me, the big difference between most of the layer one and us. That's a really big difference. So you can manage the crypto winter better because you have those core value and core aspects of the platform that are different from the rest.
Building out, I mean, you can build a house of cards as high as you want to build it, but without that sound infrastructure, at some point it's going to crumble.
Well, I mean, you can say, the price of oil is going up and down, but the highways are still going to be here.
Sure.
Right? That's the same idea. Yeah.
100%. I think last but not least, I would love to hear, and I think the audience would love to hear as well, what are you most excited about? I guess both from your position as Chief Revenue Officer within Swirlds Labs and for the ecosystem as a whole moving into 2023.
Oh, wow. Do we have an hour in front of us? I'm excited about, I would say, 2 or 3 things. So the first one is the evolution of the technology, right? And direct is a big one to me because I think what I've been struggling with for the last 10 years when I engage with my clients and the ecosystem is how do we bring more people to the ecosystem, right? Yeah. And direct is going to be a game changer because now you can engage in the ecosystem and know that if you lose your private key, you can recover it through a mechanism that Dr. Lehman Baird invented. That is a game-changing thing. So that's number one. I think number two, which is associated with this, is the fact that we have more and more tools on the platform to accelerate the adoption of the platform. And that's really important, especially in the enterprise space, because people hesitate still to build, and if they have the right tools, they're going to build faster. So I'm excited about this from a technology point of view. Having more council members is also very exciting because that validates even more the business model, that decentralizes the business model even more, and that gives more credibility to our ecosystem and all of us. And then the last one is, I think, the community, right? And I'm still new, so I'm still discovering the value set of the community and the excitement, but what I've been seeing here is just incredible, right? The energy around the Hedera is different from the other communities I've been part of, and I'm excited about knowing more and learning more about this.
Well, thank you so much. And again, you'll hear this first from Genfinity, and super excited to say that we did interview, obviously, Chief Revenue Officer at Swirlds Labs, Eric Piscini. Pleasure meeting you, sir, and looking forward to meeting again in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.